Okay, so welcome to the British Culture and History course, and as you probably already know, my name is Professor Jamie Jackson, and I am originally from Hull City in England, and Hull City is in the northeast of England in a county called Yorkshire. I hold a MA degree in TESOL, and I got this from the University of Birmingham, and I have a BA Honours in Social Work and Social Policy, including a DIPSWA, which means Diploma in Social Work. And I got this from the University of Hull. I also have a certificate in English language teaching to adults, which is known as a CELTA. And I got this from the British Council in Seoul. And I'm an examiner for the IELTS and Cambridge Main Suite speaking tests. So if you ever do IELTS or Cambridge, perhaps you're going to meet me. My office, where is my office? My office is in the Suzhou campus, and it's room 317 Suzhou building. My office hours are Monday 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and Wednesday 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Although please note, Monday I'll be at the Suzhou campus, Wednesday I'll be at the Wuzhou campus. And at any time, please understand, you do not need an appointment to see me. You don't. My email is jamie_jackson@hotmail.co.uk. Please send me an email if you need to, but I prefer it any usual general messages just send on to the university portal. Let's move on to the important things that students really care about. How can I get an A grade, Jamie? Well, how can you get an A grade? The grade allocation for this course is the midterm exam is for 25%, and the midterm exam is in week 8. And there will be a practice exam in week 7. The final exam is for 25% once again, and there will be a practice exam in week 14 to help you. And the presentations, there is a presentation for 20%, and the presentation you will do about any famous British or Irish female artist, such as Adele and people like that. The quizzes, their quizzes are worth 1% each week, and in total they will get to 10%. The attendance is 10%, and participation 10%. I will explain the participation points. The participation points, please come to class on time and try hard. The later you are for class, the more of your 1 percentage point for that day you lose. And whoopee, good news for this class. I can give a maximum of 40% A grade, and 60% B grades. So usually I think there's 40 students on the course this year. So I can give a maximum of 16 A's and 24 B's. Wow, my math must be improving. Okay, so this is the syllabus at the moment, and in week 1, this is what I'm doing today, syllabus review. I'm doing an introduction, you can have a look at that, and we'll be doing videos such as Churchill and The Imitation Game, and In the Name of the Father. There's some of the movies that we'll be watching, and if you look through, we always cover British heroines. Why do we cover British heroines? Well, we cover British heroines because I want to be talking about the female heroines that history usually doesn't mention as much as the male heroines. So I hope you enjoy the syllabus. Okay, so here we go. This is week 1 of the online course. And now, here we go. You've got a picture of the Union Jack. and it's welcome to the world famous, okay, perhaps not world famous, British Culture and History course with Professor Jamie Jackson. Okay, so some professors like to be called Professor, I don't. I would appreciate it if you just call me Jamie and not Professor, Sir, Mr. Jackson, and most certainly don't Sem, don't do that to me, please. Yep, if you see me around, my name, just Jamie, please, because I'll call you by your name, and it's quite fine to call me by my name. Okay, so first, it is important to understand that 3 countries make up Britain, and 4 countries make up the United Kingdom. And first we're going to learn this by guessing the following 4 flags. Okay, so please remember that 3 countries only make up Britain and 4 countries make up the United Kingdom. Okay, so Britain, 3 countries, UK, 4 countries. First guess the following 4 flags countries. Let's move to the next slide. Okay, so we've got this blue and white flag. Okay, so the blue and white flag, which country is this? I'm feeling generous, I'll give you a hint. The capital city of this country is Edinburgh, and it's the most northern of the countries of the UK. Which one is this? Famous people from this country. How about Sean Connery? Do you know Sean Connery? What country is this? And the next one. Okay, so which country is this flag? Okay, so it's the red and white flag. What kind of hint can I give you for this one? Okay, the sport of football originates from this country. Which country created football and not soccer? Moving on. Okay, so we've got the green-white flag with the red dragon. The red dragon, I'll let you know that my favourite group, the Manic Street Preachers, come from this country, but that's probably a little bit too difficult. The capital city of this country is Cardiff, and it's on the west side of England. What country is attached to the west side of England? And last but not least, we've got the red and white flag. The red and white flag with the crown and the star and the hand. Which country is this? Well, the movie that we're going to watch during the course, In the Name of the Father, is set in this country. And this country, its capital city is Belfast. So which country of the UK, which country's capital city is Belfast, eh? Do you know? Okay, so let's move on to the answers. Ooh. Did you guess correctly? Okay, Scotland. Flag number 1 is Scotland, and Scotland, the capital city, is Edinburgh. And the James Bond actor Sean Connery came from Scotland originally. So Scotland was answer number 1. And the second flag, England, the capital city of England, obviously being London. And other interesting facts, well, Adele came from London. Answer number 3, as you know, Jamie's favourite group, music group, is the Manic Street Preachers, and they're from Wales, and the capital city of Wales is Cardiff. And last but not least, this beautiful flag. It's got a nice crown at the top. And Northern Ireland. And Northern Ireland, the capital city of Northern Ireland is Belfast. Okay, so here we go. This is just a little bit of learning. England, Scotland and Wales, they are all actually 3 completely separate countries, but they share the same queen, the Queen of England. Okay? And England, Scotland, Wales equals Great Britain. So if you hear Great Britain, it means England, Scotland and Wales. But when you've got England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, that's the United Kingdom. Okay, so 3 countries, England, Scotland, Wales is Great Britain. England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland equals the UK, the United Kingdom. How do you remember the 4 countries of the UK, Jamie? Oh, hurry up there. No, calm down. There is a way. Okay, it's easy. All you do, just remember. North, east, south, west. Buk dom nam so. Okay, north, east, south, west. North begins with an N. East begins with an E. South begins with an S, and W begins with a, West begins with W. So you've got your NESW. North, East, South, West, NESW. NESW, Northern Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales. So how do you remember the 4 countries of the UK? Just remember the first letters of the North, East, South and West. And then you will be fine, because you'll get your Northern Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales. And which country is Jamie from? Jamie is originally from England. Okay, so let's have a little bit of fun here. Which are the following? So we've got 8 people here, famous people that I've given you. Which of the following 5 people are originally from the UK? Okay, so you're looking for the 5 correct answers. And we've got many different people here. At the top left, we've got Daniel Craig. And Daniel Craig is the present James Bond 007. Daniel Craig, is he from the UK? Okay, and next to Daniel Craig, I'm sure you recognise this person, is Barack Obama. And Barack Obama was the last president of the United States. But was he actually born in the UK? I don't know. You tell me. And the lady next to Barack Obama pictured is, of course, most 99.9% of you know this person, is Adele. And Adele is a famous singer, and she sung the song Hello. And she sings it about Jamie. Okay, joke. Anyway, Adele, is she from the UK? And let's move down to the middle. Left middle, we have a black and white picture, black and white, because it's a gentleman born a long time ago. I'm sure many of you know this funny guy, Charlie Chaplin. Was Charlie Chaplin, he's a famous Hollywood person, but was he actually born in the UK? And moving on next, we've got Ban Ki-moon. Okay, so Ban Ki-moon, as you all know, he was the UN General Secretary. But is Ban Ki-moon actually born in the UK? And on the right, this guy is in many American programs at the moment, and his name is Kiefer Sutherland, and Kiefer Sutherland is also the son of another famous actor who was called Donald Sutherland, who sadly died shortly ago. Was Kiefer Sutherland born in the UK? Questions. Moving down, we've got one of my favourite actors, Anthony Hopkins. And Anthony Hopkins here, this picture is taken when he's starring in one of my favourite movies called Silence of the Lambs. And is Anthony Hopkins actually born in the UK? I don't know, you tell me. And then next to Anthony Hopkins, as well as sure you all know, is Donald Trump. So let's think about it. Is Donald Trump, okay, he's the present president of America. Is Donald Trump really born in the UK? Remember, they don't have to be British, they just have to be originally from the UK, born in the UK. So have a think. Which 5 of the following people, Daniel Craig, Barack Obama, Adele, Charlie Chaplin, Ban Ki-moon, Kiefer Sutherland, Anthony Hopkins and Donald Trump, which of them 5 people are originally from the UK? Okay, students, we're now going to move on to the next slide. Pardon me, I'm actually trying to eat my breakfast while doing this recording. Which are the following 5 people originally from the UK? Okay, so you've got Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig is from Scotland, I believe, Daniel Craig. And Adele, well, Adele's actually from England. Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin is like Adele. In fact, the bottom 4 are all from London. Adele is from London. Charlie Chaplin was born in London, but his family moved to America when he was young. And Kiefer Sutherland was also born in England, and his family moved to America when he was young. Whereas Anthony Hopkins, well, his full name is Sir Anthony Hopkins. So Sir Anthony Hopkins, if somebody is a Sir, that means that they must be part of the British Commonwealth anyway, because the Queen gave him the title Sir Anthony Hopkins. Let's move on. So, okay, so as you probably already know, there are many different English accents in the world. You've got English, you've got British, American, Canadian, New Zealand, South African, Irish, Australian, Indian English, Malaysian, Singapore English. So here we go. Let's listen to the following 4 YouTube links and guess which band is from Northern Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales, because of course music is culture and I want you to have a bit of fun. I'll give you a clue. One of the answers is really easy, so you're probably going to kill me for that one. 3 are quite maybe a little difficult, and well, one of them is very easy. Try and guess. Move on to the next links, please. Okay, so you've got links number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here they are, here's the links. Listen to them one at a time, and all you need to do, you need to be guessing which one group is from the Northern Ireland, which one group is or singer is from England, which one group is from Wales, and which one group is from Scotland. Not in that order. So have a quick listen and hopefully enjoy the music. And then come back and tell me the answer. Okay? And do that now, please. Okay, so here we go. Here are the answers with Jamie. So the first clip that you heard was Snow Patrol. A group called Snow Patrol, and they were singing Chasing Cars. And Snow Patrol are from Northern Ireland, and I must confess this is one of my favourite songs of all time. I really, really, really like this song. And because I'm really cool, you should follow me and start listening to Snow Patrol. And the next one, it's a group called Franz Ferdinand, and Franz Ferdinand are kind of an indie group. Franz Ferdinand, they were singing the song Take Me Out, and Take Me Out, Franz Ferdinand are from Scotland. The third link that you listened to was a group called Catatonia. And Catatonia was singing a song called Road Rage, or Road Rage, as they probably say with a Welsh accent. Road Rage, and they're from Wales. And the lead singer of Catatonia is a woman called Cerys Matthews, and my niece, my sister's daughter, is called Cerys, and she's named after the lead singer of Catatonia. And the easy one, okay, so I thought I'd play you a bit of Adele, because I know many of you like Adele. And we've got Adele, Rolling in the Deep, is from England, and I will not even try to sing any Adele today, because, well, I can't sing. Okay, so there was the answers for that quiz. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, students, true or false time. I'm going to give you some true and false facts, and I want you to guess which are true and which are false. Okay, so they're either true or false, and you're just going to slowly work through them, and I'm going to give you some interesting facts about the UK. So, okay, students, true or false time. I'm going to give you some true and false facts. Guess which are true. Yee! And which are false. Okay, so let's move on and just have a look at that now. Okay, so you've got the pictures. The pictures follow the order of the questions. Okay, so question number 1 is the first picture on the left. Question number 2 is the picture on the right next to it. Question number 3 is the picture next to the swan. And question number 4 is all the houses. Question number 5 is that red little passport book. Picture number 6 is the smoke coming out of the volcano. Picture number 7, that is showing you the Great Britain. But mainly England, actually, because the grey part on the bottom left is Wales, and the grey part at the top is Scotland, and it's just showing you England. And then you have an amazing football team, probably the greatest football team ever in the world, ever in the world, is Liverpool Football Club. So let's have a look at the questions. The pictures are just used to help you. Okay, so question number 1. If you get this wrong, I'm going to be very disappointed. And I'm going to... Anyway, the capital city of Scotland is Glasgow. Is the capital city of Scotland Glasgow? Well, I'll give you a hint. I've already told you this answer earlier. Number 2, a beautiful little animal. What we got there, it's called a swan. All swans in the UK belong to the Queen of England. And if you kill a swan, you can be put in prison for 6 months. If you kill a swan, you're going to prison. I think it's gamog in Korean. Is that true? And picture number 3, well, there's some very ancient looking stones, which I believe these was actually used to tell the time. That's what they believe, but I don't think people know exactly why this monument was built, but Stonehenge is its name. Is Stonehenge older than the pyramids? And when I say the pyramids, I mean the Egyptian pyramids. So is Stonehenge older than the pyramids? And then next one, oh, my favourite question. I love asking this question. Okay, right. I'll give you a clue. Now, so them houses there, right, is the name of that region, is it Lanfairplewen, go at you when you robly winly langley legal gockly gotchy lot? Is it? Is that the name of that town there? Or is Jamie just being stupid? Okay, I'm telling you now. Okay, so I'm telling you, Lanfairplewen wingly gloggly gloggly gloggy lom 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 dam ligsigly gosh is the name of a town in Wales. Is it? Or is it just Jamie being stupid, drinking too much coffee? And picture number 5 is, that's actually the picture of a present UK passport. The present UK passports are red, but because of Brexit, new passports will actually be blue. Now, the Queen of England, she obviously travels a lot, so I mean you would assume she needs a passport, just like everybody else. But I'm telling you, the Queen of England does not have a passport. Am I true or false? Okay, so 6. There are no active volcanoes in the UK, and active just means it erupts and is still considered dangerous. So if I tell you there are no active volcanoes in the UK, therefore making it safe from volcanic eruptions, am I telling the truth? Number 7. The accents in the UK change within a few kilometres. Okay, so say if you was in Ujeonbu in Korea and then you moved up to Pocheon, if that was England, would the accent have changed already? So I'm telling you, the accents in the UK change within a few kilometres. Okay, so next, as I'm sure all of you know, the second best team in the world is Tottenham. But the best team in the world ever, if you want a high grade in my class, is Liverpool. And I'm telling you that Jamie, your professor, is originally from Liverpool. Okay, so does Jamie support Liverpool football team because he's from Liverpool? Okay, so true or false? The capital city of Scotland is Glasgow. Sorry, that's my terrible Scottish accent. All swans in the UK belong to the Queen of England. Killing a swan can result in 6 months in prison. Don't kill swans anyway, I like swans. And the next one, Stonehenge is older than the pyramids, but probably not older than Jamie. Oh, that question again. Gogok is the name of a town in Wales. You can tell I'm obviously can't speak the Welsh language. And number 5, the Queen of England does not have a passport. Is that true or false? And the next one, there are no active volcanoes in the UK. The next one, the accents in the UK change within a few kilometres, which is why it's important that you learn lots of different English accents. Jamie, you're very kind, amazing professor is from Liverpool originally. Is this true? Okay, so I want you to true or false these, and I'll give you a clue. 5 of them are true, 3 are false. Okay, so off you go, just true or false, them 8 questions. Now, please. Here we go. Ooh, I know you're all excited. True or false? Okay, so the true answers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And the false. Oh no, I've lied to you. Sorry, there's 2 false answers. There you go. Don't trust your professor. And the 2 wrong. Okay, so let's do the true answers. Number 2, all swans in the UK belong to the Queen of England. Killing a swan can result in 6 months in prison. This is absolutely true. All swans in the UK, if they are wild, they belong to the Queen of England. And if you kill one, you're in a lot of trouble. So don't go around killing swans. Why don't you just go read a book or go for a coffee instead? Don't spend your time killing swans. Number 2, Stonehenge is older than the pyramids. Stonehenge is indeed older than the Egyptian pyramids. And the truth is, people don't actually know why Stonehenge was built for sure. And then my favourite question. Lanflair Plewegli Wenley Glogli Willy Willy Gogi Gok is actually the name of a town in Wales. And if I ever get my hands on that person who called it that, I will kill them for making my culture class so difficult to pronounce. Question number 5, the Queen of England does not have a passport. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The Queen of England does not have a passport. All passports in the UK are issued under the name of the Queen. So obviously the Queen would not waste her time issuing herself a passport because it's under her name. And you can't imagine, people aren't exactly going to stop the Queen of England. The Queen of England goes to America and she gets to the airport and immigration, can you show me your passport please? No, I can't imagine that either. Next one. There are no volcanic no active volcanoes in the UK. This is absolutely true. I've never known of any volcanic eruption in the UK. So, yeah. And the accents in the UK change within a few kilometres. This is absolutely true sometimes. Okay, so please be careful. The accent that you will be listening to in, I don't know, in Bournemouth and Brighton will be completely different to the accents you'll be listening to in Glasgow, Dublin, Belfast, places like that. Jamie, your professor is from Liverpool. No, I'm not. Okay, I support Liverpool, but that's because my home football team are very shruggy. So I don't follow them. So let's have a look. The two pictures on the bottom left. The capital city of Scotland is Edinburgh. That's what it is, and that's Edinburgh. As you can see, the beautiful Scotland countryside around the city. Scotland is actually a very beautiful country, believe me. And the bottom right picture, well, that is actually Hull City, city centre. And actually below that statue is some public toilets, and the building behind is a museum. And that is Hull City, and its real name is Kingston upon Hull, but people just call it Hull City. And I was actually born in Hull City, England. Okie dokie, so who's this strange looking guy here? Well, I'll give you a clue, it's not me. The British are known for their sense of humour. We have a very strange sense of humour, and some people often find the British quite funny. Below is a link to a funny Englishman called Rowan Atkinson, and Rowan Atkinson starred in a very popular series called Mr. Bean. Perhaps you know him. I don't know if Mr. Bean was shown in Korea. And we've got the YouTube link here. So the British are known for their sense of humour. Below is a link to a funny Englishman called Rowan Atkinson, and Rowan Atkinson is Mr. Bean. So please have a quick look at that, and as you'll notice, he doesn't actually speak. So I mean, he can actually make people laugh a lot by not speaking. Have a look at this YouTube clip now. It lasts for about 15 minutes. Enjoy, and then I'll meet you on the next slide. Okay, so here we go. We're moving on. And during our syllabus, we're going to be covering things like food, music, festivals and sports. So I'm going to just introduce you to some of the strange festivals in the UK. Okay, so please understand these are not famous festivals in the UK. These are some of the strange festivals in the UK. And once again, I've added the two YouTube links for you to have a look at. So first of all, there is a cheese rolling competition in Gloucestershire, England. And what they do is they roll a cheese down a hill, and for some strange reason, they go running down the hill, chasing the cheese, and often get injured and have to go to hospital. So once again, maybe just go for a coffee at Starbucks or go surf the internet. Do something else, but I don't suggest doing a cheese rolling competition in Gloucester because it's stupid. But there you go, it's quite a famous festival nowadays. Have a look at that one link and then move on to the next one. And once again, in Gloucestershire, England, is the shin kicking competition. Do not try this, okay? I obviously am not even going to try this. This is a shin kicking competition, and why anybody would want to do this, I have not got a clue. In fact, and please understand, Gloucestershire, England is divided into counties, and when I say counties, I mean like does, like Gangwon-do, Gyeonggi-do, Chollonam-do, Chollabuk-do. Well, your does are called counties, and Gloucestershire is a county in England. I'm actually from a county called Yorkshire, and Yorkshire is the biggest and the best county in England. Okay, have a look at these two festivals and just have a look at how strange some of these things can be. Have a look. Okay, students, now is the riddles time. Okay, so we're moving on. We've got about 10 more minutes of this, 10-15 more minutes of this PowerPoint to last. Okay, students, now is the riddles time. Riddles means you've got to solve a puzzle. And guess from the following clues, what am I? So if you just sit there and you think, what buildings and places do I know in the UK? Okay, so somebody said to me, Jamie, what buildings and places do you know in Korea? Well, I could say, well, I know Namsan Tower. Do you know Namsan Tower? Sorry, bad joke about the song. I know Insadong, Myeongdong, Dongdaemun. I know Ujumbu Bude Chige Street because, as many people probably already know, I live in Ujumbu. Okay, so when you think, what kind of places and buildings do you know in the UK? And I'm going to help you. The riddles, it's only got famous places that I think most of you will already know. So let's have a look. What are these buildings and places that can be the answers? Okay, so I've given them all a number to help you. And number one, so right, we've got the answers on the right. So number one, Stonehenge. Okay, as you know, Stonehenge is in Wiltshire in England, and Wiltshire is once again a county. Okay, so we've got Stonehenge. And then next to it, we've got what they call the White Cliffs of Dover. And the White Cliffs of Dover, Dover is right at the bottom on the southeast of England. And it's in a county called Kent. The White Cliffs of Dover. And then three, we got the Tower Bridge. The Tower Bridge, okay, I think many of you know this building or have actually seen it. And obviously the Tower Bridge is in London. Next to it, Carnarvon Castle. Carnarvon Castle, Carnarvon, I think it's a town. Carnarvon is in Wales because obviously we're doing the British culture and art. So Carnarvon Castle. I don't really know that much about it. I've never been. We've got the Carnarvon Castle. And staying with castles, number 5, we've got Edinburgh. And that, when you're just looking at that, the writing, it looks like Edinburgh. It's Berg is actually pronounced borough. So Edinburgh Castle. Okay, so number 5, you've got Edinburgh Castle. And then number 6, another famous building, you've got Westminster Palace. And the big clock next to Westminster Palace, I think you already know, it's known as Big Ben. Okay, so one of these answers is Westminster Palace. Okie dokie dokie. And then number 7, we've got Ben Nevis. And Ben Nevis is in Scotland, because obviously we need to do all countries. We've got Ben Nevis, and Ben Nevis is a very beautiful mountain in the Scottish Highlands. So in a minute I'm going to give you some riddles and you've got to guess which place or building am I describing. Once again, the answers, each place will only be one time. So if there's one answer is Stonehenge, there is not another answer Stonehenge. 7 answers, 7 questions. Each place is the answer only one time. Number 1, Stonehenge. Number 2, White Cliffs of Dover. Number 3, Tower Bridge. Number 4, Carnarvon Castle. Number 5, Edinburgh Castle. Number 6, Westminster Palace or Palace of Westminster. Same thing. And then the next one, Ben Nevis. So from the places above, guess which one is being described on the next slide. Good luck, everybody. Let's go. Gapshida. Okay, so here's your 7 questions. And question number 1. I cross over the River Thames. What am I? The River Thames. Okay. Number 2. The government debate here. What am I? Debate means they argue about policies. Number 3, I was built in 2500 BC and am a UNESCO World Heritage Site. What am I? Okay. Number 4, I am the highest part in the British Isles. What am I? I think that one's quite easy. And next, I think I've already given you the answer. Too easy for this one. I'm in Wales and was built in the 1200s. What am I? Number 6, I stand on the top of Castle Rock in Scotland. What stands on the top of Castle Rock in Scotland? Number 7, I'll give you a bit of a hint of this. Known as the gateway to Britain. Gateway means kind of like the IPGU, the entrance. Known as the gateway to Britain. And you can see France from me. You can see a bit of France from this place on a clear sunny day. Obviously, if it's raining, you can't see France. What am I? So once again, from the 7 answers previously, you're going to try and answer the questions. Number 1, I cross over the River Thames. What am I? Number 2, the government debate here. What am I? Number 3, I was built in 2500 BC and am a UNESCO World Heritage Site. What am I? Number 4, I am the highest part in the British Isles. What am I? Number 5, I am in Wales and was built in the 1200s. What am I? Number 6, I stand on the top of Castle Rock in Scotland. What am I? Number 7, known as the gateway to Britain, and you can see France from me. What am I? So using the 7 places and buildings earlier, please answer these very, very, very simple riddles. Off you go. Please do this now. Here we go. So, sorry about that. The answers. I think you've probably got most of them correct. So, I cross over the River Thames. What am I? Tower Bridge. And Tower Bridge, the River Thames, it connects North and South London. It's quite similar to the bridges over the Han River. The government debate here. What am I? Where do the government in the UK debate? The Palace of Westminster. And the Palace of Westminster, you'll learn in the festivals, there is a gentleman called Guy Fawkes, and he tried to blow up the Palace of Westminster using gunpowder, and he was caught, and we now celebrate a festival called Bonfire Night because of Guy Fawkes, but we'll cover that in the festival lesson. I was built in 2500 BC and I'm a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Well, I'm proud to say Stonehenge is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This one should have been quite easy, really. I am the highest part in the British Isles. What am I? The highest part in the British Isles, as I'm sure you now know, is the mountain called Ben Nevis. And I don't actually know why it's called Ben Nevis. I am in Wales and was built in the 1200s, and it's Carnarvon Castle. And it's a very old building which would have been used to protect against other countries like England invading it. I stand on the top of Castle Rock in Scotland, and it's that beautiful castle in a beautiful city, Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh Castle stands on top of Castle Rock and known as the gateway to Britain, and you can see France from me. What am I? It's the White Cliffs of Dover, and if you go to Dover, you can actually go to France under the sea because they have a tunnel, the Dover to Calais tunnel, and you can drive through this tunnel. So you can actually drive under the North Sea in a tunnel from Dover to Calais in France, and that's why it's known as the gateway to Britain. Number 7, the White Cliffs of Dover. Rightio, let's move on to what I think is the last part of this lesson. Here we are. I am correct. The last part of this lesson, we're going to be doing limericks. And Limerick, okay, so Limerick is a town in the Republic of Ireland, but it's also a funny poem that has 5 lines. Okay, now listen, this funny poem these are important rules. It has 5 lines. It can only have 5 lines. It cannot be 3 lines, it cannot be 8 lines. It must be 5 lines. The first, second and fifth lines must have 7 to 10 syllables while rhyming. Okay, so look at this limerick in the red. And the first, second and fifth lines must be rhyming. Okay? B is line number 1, 3 is line number 2, and 5, succeed. And then the third and fourth lines should only have 5 to 7 syllables and also rhyme. And here the third and fourth, brave, gave. Okay? They are rhyming. Okay, so Jamie has created these 2 syllables. The next one, they joined my culture class because my class is a gas. They all studied hard and were always on guard and then all got a good pass. Okay, so I've done I've actually made you these 2 limericks here. And using the rules, Limerick is a town in the Republic of Ireland, but it is also a funny poem. Funny. That has 5 lines, and the rules are: the first, second and fifth lines must have 7 to 10 syllables while rhyming. The third and fourth lines should only have 5 to 7 syllables and also rhyme. So listen, I'm now going to do these 2 limericks and I want you to tell me which one is the best and why. Okay, so listen. A professor he wanted to be since the age of just 3. He would be very brave, and to his students he gave faith that they would succeed. That is my limerick, my amazing limerick number 1, and my amazing, very high level limerick for number 2. They joined my culture class because my class is a Start again, okay, start again. They joined my culture class because my class is a gas. They all studied hard and were always on guard and then all got us good pass. Okay, so using these, Limerick is a town in the Republic of Ireland, but it's also a funny poem that has 5 lines. First, second and fifth line must have 7 to 10 syllables while rhyming, and the third and fourth lines should only have 5 to 7 syllables and also rhyme. Okay, so I'm going to do these 2 again, and following these rules, tell me which one is best and why. A professor he wanted to be since the age of just 3. He would be very brave, and to his students he gave faith that they would succeed. Moving on to the next one. They joined my culture class because my class is a gas. They also did hard and were always on guard and then all got a good pass. Which one is better? Okay, so if you follow them rules, it's the second limerick that is the better limerick. Because in the red coloured limerick, the first line ends in B, the second line ends in 3. B, 3, that's okay, but the fifth line ends in succeed, and succeed does not rhyme with 3 or B. So the red limerick is not very good, and the winner today is the blue limerick, which was done by me. So the winning limerick today is: they joined my culture class because my class is a gas. They also did hard and were always on guard and then all got a good pass. Okay, so I'm trying to think, should I try to do this limerick in a Scottish accent? No, I won't. Okay, so there's the limericks, there's the rules, okay? So let's move on. As you know, you're on online courses and the university have requested that we give you a little bit of homework to do. But the homework I'm going to give you is not too difficult, don't worry. Let's move on. So, for your homework, please write 2 limericks about any subject you want and then submit them to the university LMS portal system. Okay? By the 22nd of March 2020 at 11:59 p.m. Okay, so just make yourself 2 limericks about any subject you want and submit them to the portal by the 22nd of March 2020 at 11:59 p.m. And what I'll do is, because I'm giving you the homework early, I will just not give you very much homework when we actually return to the university. Okay? So whilst you hate me for giving you homework now, you will like me in the end, because I won't give you homework when you come back to university. Okay? I promise. For your homework, please write 2 limericks about any subject you want and submit them to the portal by the 22nd of March 2020 at 11:59 p.m. Okay, and you can use the 2 limericks that I've shown you, and the best way to do this is try to work out which words rhyme for your first, second and fifth, like B. The man he wanted to be. C. I want to go and see. Tea, as in the drink. He wants to drink a cup of tea. Write down lists of which words rhyme and then make the sentences. That's the easiest way I find to make limericks. So one more time before you will be very happy I say goodbye, is for your homework. Please write 2 limericks about any subject you want and submit them to the portal by the 22nd of March 2020 at 11:59 p.m. And please remember your student number on this, okay? But I mean, the system will tell me anyway. But when you write your limericks, please also put your student ID number on the same paper. So like Jamie Jackson 2022 18569, then your limericks. So when I print off the paper, your student number is already on it. So thank you very much, guys. Obviously, it's a very difficult time for everybody. But fighting, and this stupid virus will be going soon. And then I can see you all in person. And we can have a great time this semester. And I really look forward to seeing you all, everybody. Everybody, this is it. Goodbye. Take care. And if you ever need my help, you just come and let me know. Goodbye now.